Hi, welcome. So, in today's watch list, I'm going to be going over just 3 to 5 stocks that I'm watching. But first things first, I think we should look at SPY. So, last week we finally got that pullback everyone has been waiting for, right? We hit a high of 470.65, and I like to change this to red just so I know in my brain that, yeah, that's the ceiling. Um, right. Mm. And then we had a low of 462. I'll just say round, like, whole numbers are better. Those are like psychological levels. So 462 was our floor. I would say just give it 462, and I want to make this line green so I know that it's the floor, right? Good. So that was the range we had on SPY last week. So now I'm just gonna be watching to see if we break above or we break down, and I'll play accordingly. Remember, like, nothing is absolute, so we just have to play whatever we see and manage the risk. The next stock I want to look at is Boeing, BA. I've actually been chatting this for like 3 weeks. Uh, I watched it bounce on this demand zone, and it rallied, went to test 227 level. It failed, came back, bounced off the 50 MA on a daily, and now we can see it's reclaimed this 220 level that I've been watching. Like, it's just right on this trend line. So I'll go to the hourly just to show you for day trade what level I want to see Boeing break above before getting into calls, right? So I want Boeing to actually break above this 222. Hands needs to be steady, man. 222 80 85 level is what I'm watching. Um Looking for 85 here. So this 222.85 level before I get calls. And I'll be looking to get maybe 230 calls. Yeah. I'll just change this to red so I know that's my goal. So 222.85 is where I'm thinking going. 222.75 could also, and that is GM, General Motors. They've had a lot of positive news lately, and it's just been a nice uptrend since it broke out of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Let me show it. Left shoulder, right shoulder with confluence, and you have your head. So it broke out of this 59.33 level, and it's just been bisting. It went as high as 64.30 on Friday, but it rejected that level and closed at 63.40. So I already have it marked out here, but I want to see GM above 64 for calls, and switch to hourly so that's pretty clear. Okay, I want to see GM above 64 for calls for continuation, and then I would not look to short GM until it's below 63.30 level. That's when I would maybe consider puts. But for now, I think I think it could continue to push higher. It depends on the market. Is our lovely Meta FB. Come on. So last week, FB broke out of this inverted head and shoulders. It went up and tested the 50 MA. It rejected, pulled back on low volume, and still held this 325 support level. And on Friday, we saw like a lot of volume and liquidity come back into the markets. If you notice, almost all the stocks were up on Friday. It was a nice rally back up to test this 50 MA again, and it rejected, and it still closed strong. So if you switch to the hourly here, you can see that FB is still flagging and has a nice setup for us to see some continuation. So my level for FB would be 343. I honestly want to see FB above 343. Actually, 343.50 is what I'm looking at for calls. 343.50. Break above 343.50, and yeah, then 350 calls could work. It should have a good move, at least to test 346, 347 level. Let me change this back to red because it needs to break above for it to actually move higher. So yeah, 343.50 for calls on FB. If you're buying shares, you could buy shares, but I play mostly options all the time. So that's what I'm watching. So let me know what you're watching, what else you're looking at. I think some people might be watching PayPal as well. Let me see what PayPal looks like. It has a big gap to fill though on the daily time frame here. So I think, yeah, PayPal above 210 should be able to go and at least maybe make a run to test 215 this week, maybe. Proper risk management, no YOLOing. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you're watching. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great week.